Now, you could always say to him, you know, honey, I appreciate you if you come in here and give me some help. He said, oh, I don't know how to do so and so and such. You say, I can show you how to do that. Okay. I need you in here with me a couple of days a week. It would go so much faster if you would come in and help me. Now, then maybe you could say to him, well, why don't you help me on this day, this day, this day, because these are the days that I have to do so and such too. And it would make it a lot easier on me if you would help me. Okay. And get him to compromise. That's what he needs to do. The same way he wants you to compromise, he needs to compromise. That's what marriage is, a compromise. Okay, that's what marriage is. And also, you still gotta, say nice things to each other. Let your husband know that you feeling him still. He have to let you know he's feeling you still. Okay, you want to look good to him. You want to look nice. A lot of times, once marriage come, everybody walking around just looking frumpy every day. No, you can't do that. You have to still look good to your husband or to your wife. That's what has to happen. You still have to look good to your husband and your wife. Nobody want to wake up every morning looking at somebody looking like I don't know what. So you want to remind him of why he wanted to be with you. Okay? Because it's not just that he liked your mind. Physical attraction is an important part of a relationship. And physical attraction is what usually draws us to people. Because you probably can't even get a conversation if they're not physically attracted to you in some manner. Whether it's your beauty, whether it's your shape, whether it's your legs, okay, whether it's your smile, all right, the way he walk, how he tilt his head, his eyes, whatever it is all physical attraction. That's what starts the whole ball to rolling. Okay, that's my dating and interview process podcast. That first moment you're meeting, you start that dating process. So you saw something that you liked in order to even let the conversation get started. Because if not, women, they'll turn their nose up and walk away. They done. They don't want to be bothered. Okay. So let me get into the 7 ways that a marriage will be destroyed. If you're not willing to deal with issues, compromise, have compassion and forgiveness, okay? Because there's just some things that will create pain in a relationship that is very hard to get over. And those are the things that will keep a relationship from moving forward. You could tell somebody you love them all you want, but if you're mistreating them, not loving them properly, then the relationship cannot move forward. And if you do something wrong and you don't fess up, be sincere, talk about it so that a person can possibly trust you and forgive you, then it'll never work. So let me just say that today, in today's society, love is a word that is used very loosely. I hear people using that word love and they don't even have a definition for what the love is. Okay, but marriage is a sacred union, very sacred. Okay, very sacred. And you take vows to love, honor that person, love and honor your spouse that you marry. That's what your vows say, to love and honor your spouse. So that's where you start at, right there. Okay? Unions are vows before God that are not to be broken. That's what they are. So let's start with the first way, component that you can destroy a marriage, lying. Okay. Lying is all about deceit, defeat, and inability to trust and self worth. Okay. That's what lying is. Let me repeat that. Lying is all about deceit, defeat, inability to trust, and self worth. People learn to lie, no doubt. Usually they lie to hide something. Sometimes people lie because if they don't lie, they find themselves in jeopardy. But people learn to lie. Okay, whether it's for acceptance, to avoid punishment, to garner someone's love, to avoid rejection, and to deny the you that you are, you will lie. Okay? Some people grow up in households in which lying is encouraged. Let's be for real. If you grow up in a family in which you are taught to lie about something that's going on in the home, you are taught to steal, okay, you learn not to trust, you learn to lie early. So that's a habit that you would have to break. So in handling situations, you adopt that behavior for yourself because you've had to endure that. So that's a habit you want to break. You should be honest with your spouse. That's no ifs, ands, or buts. It's easy to do if you're willing. Okay? And people have to trust you so that they don't have to lie to you. You can't have a person that trusts you tell you the truth and you attack them. Okay? Your spouse must be able to voice his or her opinion in the relationship without being under attack. Okay, if your spouse is willing to tell you the truth, you have to be open to it. Period. That's what it is. Now, you could be upset about whatever the truth is. You may not like it, but if your spouse is willing to tell you the truth, then you have to be open to it. So, my little saying for lying is trust each other, respect your spouse's truth, and agree to disagree. Love each other through it. Okay, when it comes to lying, that's what you have to do. Love each other through their truth so that no lies have to be told. Okay, and the best way not to have to lie is not to do anything you feel that you have to lie about. That's the best thing that you can do for yourself and for your spouse because that way you won't break the trust. Now, the other component of a marriage that can destroy it is cheating. Cheating on a spouse, no doubt, is one of the most disloyal, devastating, destructive behaviors that one can do. Okay? Your spouse is destroyed when you cheat. Destroyed because you inflict pain to who they are, to their worthiness. Cheating has long term effects in which a spouse will feel unloved, unwanted, undesirable, and ashamed. Shame comes with cheating because if a spouse is cheating and other people know it, then the spouse that's being cheated on feels ashamed that other people even know or might know that her own spouse is cheating on her or him. Okay. That shame is just so hard to shake. It's destructive to a human being. Okay. It makes the spouse feel that she or he is being laughed at. Okay. It takes away from the sincerity of the relationship. It destroys the ability for a relationship to move forward. And the relationship cannot grow when there's divisiveness. It creates a barrier in the relationship. Forgiveness is required for cheating and the ability to reconnect. And this is what is required to be able to get past that point if the spouse acknowledges that he or she has cheated and is not going to cheat again. Because you have to have some type of accountability if you're cheating and remorse and be able to feel something that your partner who has been cheated on feels in order for a partner not to cheat again. Okay, so in order to reconnect, forgiveness is required. Okay, and cheating is not always about sex. This is what people don't realize. Like, you hear people say a lot of times, oh, he or she must wasn't doing something at home. Let me tell you, he or she could have been doing everything at home. Cheating is not about the spouse that was cheated on. Cheating is about the cheater. Okay, something in that person that made them a cheater. It has nothing to do with the other person ability to keep them happy or not. Okay, because happiness comes from satisfaction with self. Period. No doubt about that. So cheating sometimes can be the catalyst to discuss whatever issues is affecting the relationship. Maybe the cheater is not happy for some reason or another. Maybe it's something that he's looking for out there that he's not getting at home. Okay, that he feels or she feels that she needs. And if he or she is not communicating that to their spouse, still their issue. Let's not make the spouse accountable for the cheater. The cheater is accountable for his or her own actions. Period. That's it. Because the spouse didn't make them go out there and cheat. Whatever it is they're looking for out there, they need to communicate that with their spouse so that they can try to work on, if it's something there that they need to work on, they need to do that. That's what needs to happen. But cheating is always about the cheater. Okay, relationships can recover from a cheating spouse, but it takes time. Okay, it would take time for the spouse that was cheating on to recover, for one thing. Okay, and both people have to want the relationship to move forward. So when it comes to cheating, communication is the key to having an open, honest relationship. Do not cheat. Break the cycle. Okay. If you've seen your uncles, your aunts, your mom, your father, your cousins, your sisters and brothers cheating in the family, that's the cycle. You become part of the cycle when you adopt that behavior as normal. You become part of that cycle. So break the cycle, okay? Don't cheat. If you're not happy, then you tell your spouse you're not happy. If you want out, you tell your spouse you want out. But to break another person's heart who think that everything is okay and is not is unacceptable. Okay. The other component that will destroy a marriage is abuse. Abuse is a big one because let me tell you, abuse does not go away. Now, if a person is being physically abused, the scars may heal, but the mental aspects of that abuse will linger. They'll stay. It replays over and over and over again. There are many forms of abuse. It can be physical, emotional, mental, and sexual. All of them can exist inside of a marriage. Every last one of them. Like I said from the beginning, marriage is a sacred union. And people that's in a marriage should protect each other, heart and soul. Protect each other's heart and soul. And if you abusing somebody, you destroying their heart and their soul. Because their heart is going to carry that burden of being abused. Okay, there's no place in a relationship for abuse. What happens behind closed doors cannot stay behind closed doors because when you leave it behind closed doors, it's going to continue to escalate. It gets worse and worse and worse. So when it comes to abuse, you cannot hide behind closed door and let it continue. Okay? Just imagine that you marry the man or the woman that God created for you. You found that perfect love. When you found that love, you were so in love, happy. You thought you had reached utopia. He or she did too. Now imagine the unimaginable. You abuse that person that God created just for you, to stand with you in this life, to be your partner in this life, to be there for you.